Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to JENSHIN, which is the first time I've actually said the name of the series out loud in an episode. But today we are once again joined with Audrey. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. Okay, so uh, so today our topic is gonna be again on balance, but it's not gonna be on relationships, like as in romantic relationships. Is going to be about just more daily life oriented because I want to kind of step away from the topic of relationships after the last two episodes. We're going to be talking about balancing work and school and just being a working student because both of us are quite well acquainted with that kind of lifestyle, and we want to just give you a look into like what it's like for those of you who might not be in a similar situation, or for those of you who are in a similar situation, maybe you can relate to what we're talking about, and that'd be really nice. So yeah, we're gonna get started.
Okay, so for me, myself, I've been working while studying since my first year of college, and there's obviously a gap between my me starting college to me finishing high school to me starting college. Right? I don't know what I'm saying. Either way, so I finished high school around I
I'm
think
inviting you to the
February.
domain.
Oh, sorry. Invite again. Anyway, so uh, I finished high school around, I think, February of 2021. And so I had, I think, around a 6 month gap between like finishing high school to starting university. And so between that time, I pretty much worked full time in
Mm-hmm.
my old job. And then afterwards, after I started university, I really wanted a stable source of income for myself because my family didn't really provide it as much as I needed, and so I needed the job. And so it was tough for the most part, but I managed to push through and sort of like find a balance to still maintain working while having a U of T schedule, which is not easy to say the least. Go to U of T, and we all know it's it's nickname for U of Ters for a very good, valid reason. And so for me, I don't work in my old job anymore. I would say, thank goodness, and I work currently now on campus, and it's much more chill than my first job, and it's much more easy for me to balance schoolwork and being able to have a steady or stable work schedule. So
Right.
that was easy for me, but I would say that from what I've heard from for you per se,
Right.
which works in retail, which is oh my god, full time. I think you definitely I don't know, deserve a lot more say on this topic about
Oh
you.
wait, I
You
started.
started the domain without me. Jesus Christ!
Hello.
You can
Hello.
stand close
Hi.
here. I can try to I don't know John Lee my way through it.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna work.
Yeah, I can totally participate from outside of the domain. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like both your characters are pretty range characters, so it's fine. But okay, yes, full time. Yeah, yes, job.
Anyway, I'm gonna continue. So I think
Yes.
I think our experience is what really inspired me to come up with the topic of today's episode, and
Mm-hmm.
also why I'm actually discussing with Wink about maybe doing a shorts of comparing our lives on campus, or maybe just
Right.
comparing our lives because we live in two different countries very far away from each other, and it's been like this
Yeah.
for the last 4 years, almost
Mm.
5 at this point. It's
Right.
gonna be 5 in 2 months. So
Okay.
yeah, do you remember? I came here in 2018. Can you believe it? I have not
Jesus
moved
Christ, 2018.
Toronto Yeah, since 2018. And yeah, that's what really struck me is that we both have pretty good time management skills compared to what I've seen from people my age. A lot of my friends actually pull all-nighters just to get their work done, but procrastinated for the most part of the semester. Which, I mean, I don't blame anyone who do that. Like, we are humans, we make mistakes. Because like balancing between having a life and having a job and having schoolwork that is very demanding schedule, it's really exhausting in general.
Right.
And I think one of the things that we helped us, or at least helped me to have better time management, is that I am able to build a very stable routine for myself, or at least
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
someone
definitely.
that's like really thrive on having a very set and fixed routines. Like it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel like, oh, I know there's no uncertainty. I know exactly what I need to do at what time. Like maybe like I wake up at like 11 and I like go to class, go to gym, and then go to work and stuff. And so I managed to really plan out my time and use it very wisely, like ahead of the semester, and like it's still able to fit into some like spontaneous events in between. And I think that's definitely even like more true for you, because you have to balance trying to build a YouTube channel and like doing all the editing while you work full time, which is, I don't know how you do it. We, like all college students, skip lectures and stuff, but still
Yeah.
I mean, it's the human in us. Sometimes you
Yeah,
just don't want to wake up for that 9 a.m. lecture and suffer for 2 hours in that lecture hall.
exactly.
And like that's understandable, especially if you had a shift like day prior, or like you just have something that you need to do the day prior that really exhausted you. But I
Exactly.
think like we are not the type of person that skip class for like half of the semester, at least not me.
That would be amazing, but no.
Yeah, except for that one 9 a.m. class. I skipped like I think like lectures in total, like continuously. And so, but I do like the lecture, I just couldn't really wake up. But either way, that wasn't the point. So I think we both have established as, like people with good time management skills. And
Right.
so, I mean, do you want to tell everyone how you sort of like balance through things? Or like,
Okay, there's quite a bit to go through here, but in general, I think you covered the general situation where it's like, okay, I'm a full-time student, I have a full-time job, and I'm also finding the spare time to try to make a YouTube channel, right? And that in itself is very taxing to me. I never said it was going to be easy. I never claimed that it was easy. Like, every time we would call, I would be like, oh my god, I'm so tired because of this and this and this and this. But I still have to do this and this and this and this.
The fun
And
is over.
what?
I died.
Oh, so this time we're actually acknowledging it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
No,
As I was
nothing
saying,
happened.
as I was saying, yes. So like, I think
Yes.
that every time I'm talking about like being tired and being stuff like that, it really comes down to like whether or not you actually follow through with what you want to do or what you intend to do. And like, for me, like, besides the fact of just like balancing everything and making a rigid schedule, like what you said, that is also something that, like, the rigid schedule is also something that gives me a lot of like satisfaction, because I know what I'm doing, right? Like, I know where I'm supposed to be. I know at this time I'm supposed to be doing this, and that makes me feel like, I'm very clear on my goals and where I'm going in life. And that's something that's very important to me, because I hate the feeling of feeling lost, feeling like you have no direction. That's something that like I've struggled with in the past for the longest time. And like when we're talking about like going back to the original point that I was trying to bring up, which I got interrupted by someone dying.
Sorry.
I wanted to talk about was that, like, basically when you're talking about, hey, how can you do all this? How can you, like, fit all this into your schedule? And, like, aren't you tired like everybody else? I am tired like everybody else. There was no point in time where I was like, okay, I'm like, you know, this is like, I'm still not doing enough, in the sense that, like, oh, I'm still not tiring myself out enough, or like I have too much energy, or like stuff like that. No, it's always that I'm tired. It's always that I'm exhausted. I always feel like there's always something that I haven't done yet, and it is stressful at times. Definitely, it's not all rainbows and sunshine. And like, when it comes to how people cram all of this stuff into one, it's not like the drive or the reason behind it. It's not that I just have infinite energy. That's not how it works. It's that, for me personally, at the very least, it's about knowing what your ultimate goal is, and I can't speak English. Goal is, and going for it at a pace that is very vigorous in general, and very, like, fast. And because you're working very hard to achieve something that you truly believe in, and it's something that you're passionate about, something that you're motivated and driven about. It's not just like something that's like, oh, you know, like I can like have this, but I can also not have this. It's something that you're really passionate about. You're really trying all that you can to achieve it, because it's something that will get you out of the predicament in life that you deem to be undesirable, that you feel like is not enough for you. Like, that's the drive that is behind it. Is that you're trying to break through, you're trying to change your life, you're trying to make it better, you're trying to make it into the life that you think you want. And that is the ultimate, like, drive behind balancing all of this, you know, doing all of this without feeling like you're dying, and still having the motivation to keep going and keep adding more things into your life that will help you achieve this ultimate goal, however hard it may be. And for me, like, if we divide it into, I just talked about the YouTube part, because the YouTube part is something that I added fairly recently back into my life, because back then I was like, as I've said, I've struggled with keeping up a rigid schedule and stuff like that. It's like I needed to remind myself recently that I genuinely enjoy making videos. I enjoy making content. And like, why did I stop it? You know, like, first I stopped and I thought about it. I was like, why did I stop? Why did I do that? And I was like, okay, well, like, maybe I was just not feeling, like, motivated, right? Like, maybe, you know, I didn't have enough time. Now looking back, that's kind of just BS. The reason is that, like, you're giving excuses to yourself because you want a more comfortable lifestyle in the short term, right? You want to feel like, hey, like, you know, I'm just chilling at home on my couch all the time, and like, things are fine, you know, I feel very relaxed and I feel very, like, rested and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that kind of feeling is not sustainable. It does not get you through life. It does not get you success. It does not get you to where you want in life. Getting to where you want in life is more about working very hard and pushing forward, even though it may be very difficult for you to do so, to achieve what you want to achieve. And the full-time job, actually, because how it works at, like, the place that I work at is that you need to start as a part-time person, and then, like, you need to work your way up to a full-time job by, like, sort of proving yourself and proving your abilities, and then you get like an opportunity for an interview. And like, that kind of system is also what drove me to try harder, because it's like, you know, if I keep telling myself that I just feel tired and I can't do this, then my brain and like how my mindset will work is that, oh, once I'm feeling tired, I have the right to stop. I have the right to stop, like, working and stop trying to achieve what I want to achieve. And that's something that I really don't like to have. Like, that's something, like, a mindset that I really don't like to have. And I generally encourage my friends not to have, is that putting yourself first in this situation is not necessarily healthy, because in the long term, you're kind of like delaying your goal becoming true, delaying what you want to come true. And so, like, for the full-time job, that's what kept me, like, going. It's like knowing the fact that this will help my finances, and it will help my ultimate goal of like achieving like a successful like YouTube channel or successful content creation platform. And like having that sort of like knowing where you want to go in life, knowing where your direction is, and knowing that this job was going to help me achieve that is what drove me to keep working, even though when I was like super tired or stuff like that, to prove myself to my supervisors and getting that position. That position has helped me a lot with financial stability and also my schedule stability, because it's a very set schedule and you have to work a certain amount of hours per week. It's not like when I was part-time where it's very unstable and they can tell you to not work or work whenever, basically. And like that is for the job part. And as for school, finding time for school is something that I've struggled with, obviously, like for the longest time, where I felt like, I'm just not doing well enough and I'm not like I should like, feel more passionate about school. But ultimately, I realized that that's not where my passion lies.
Solidify.
Like, obviously, you can really enjoy school, right? You can really enjoy university,
Yeah, but
being educated and stuff like that.
not us.
Yeah, unfortunately not us, but like, for me it's like, I'm still gonna get through my 4 years, I'm still gonna get my bachelor's degree, but I'm not gonna continue after that, because I found that after trying so many things to attempt to motivate myself to study more, it's just not what I like. And I talked to my like college roommate about it, and he was very understanding. Like, even though he was someone that really liked studying, he understood what I was talking about, because like it's not for everyone. Not everyone fits into a single mold, right? And not everyone fits into a
Yeah, of
single
course.
like yeah. And so
Yeah.
exactly. And so like I think for me, like that's also part of the balancing, like the three parts that make up my life right now, like the three major parts. That's how I would say I'm balancing all of them in summary.
Yeah, I think and also like one interesting point that like I think we both sort of brought out is that motivation is only the start of you starting a new project, and what keeps you going is discipline.
Order
Because
guide.
you eventually would run out of like the motivation you feel in, and like the dopamine that you get when you first start to do something new or incorporate something new into your schedule. But what
Right.
keeps you like focus on the goal is really just your own discipline and your like ultimate want to achieve like a bigger goal in life, or like
Hmm.
in that
We're done with
certain
this domain, by
area
the way.
for oh yeah, good. Because I was like, are we ever gonna me? But either way, so for me, I also recently started going back to the gym again. I
Hmm.
have been sort of like wishy-washy about gym because I wanted to get some, sort of like physical activity. Like I want to like move myself and like get myself out of the house,
Right, right,
but it was
right.
just really difficult for me to do most
Do
of the time
not
because
trust your eyes. Your
everybody
eyes
is
can lie to
lazy.
you.
Everybody craves a day where they just sit on the couch and do absolutely nothing but eating chips or cake and watching Netflix.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but sometimes, so for me it's like I really wanted to have more physical strength, and I really wanted to like work out a bit more to build a better physique for myself.
Right.
And I realized it's not gonna come if I just sat at home and watched Netflix. Like I could be watching like Physical 100 and looking at all the like muscular bodies in there and still just sit there and do nothing. Or
Right.
rather, I can go to the gym, I can work
We should
out,
look for
I
a
can
new
talk to the
industry.
people in the
Mora doesn't
gym,
grow on trees.
Hmm.
and that I can feel better about it. Like I won't be beating myself at the day and be like, oh, I just sat at home and did nothing, but like watching Netflix. Of course, you can have days like that, but I don't think, at least personally for myself, I don't think that's something that I want to do every single day. Like I want to, like be able to move around more and not feeling like I'm like a, I don't know, couch potato all the time. Because it might feel nice to have like a few days off, but then
Yeah.
afterwards it just feels like, oh my god, I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna do this
Even if an
domain. I'm just
antique is
gonna teleport it
priceless,
there,
the
and then like you
happiness it
follow.
brings
Do you want to
lasts
Either
switch
like
to your
only the
continue.
world?
moment that you obtain it.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. But you can
Sounds
continue about the
good.
gym.
Yes, and so like for now, I think first of all, it's really important that you find like a way that like the new activity be incorporated into your schedule in a nice way so
Right.
it doesn't really conflict with everything. And then
Mhm.
second of all is after you start the project, of course you get that adrenaline rush for the first, I think, like month or two. Like you'll be like, oh, like really going to the gym, really like, like working out, have like a gym plan figured out for yourself.
Mhm.
And then what happens next? You start to lose the adrenaline that you first have when you start the project, and you're like, okay, it's getting mundane now. Like maybe I just want to spend that day sitting at home. Maybe I'm feeling, like a bit down. I don't really want to go. Like, of course, you can give excuses, but then you just stop going. Like you've made all these plans, and then you kind of just let it all go. But discipline is where it comes in next, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
keeps you
Discipline. Yeah.
focused.
Definitely.
And you're like, okay, like maybe I can, like work my schedule around it. Maybe it's final season, I have more work to do. Fine. Like I'll try to, like use my time more wisely, maybe cut out some of the
In a trade
entertainment
war,
parts
the
so that I
perfect
can
hunter
actually get more
leaves no
work done
trace.
while I still keep my schedule somewhat intact. Like there's obviously wiggle room around your schedule because you have 24 hours. There's
Mhm.
definitely, time for you to eat or sleep and to maintain, and there's also like you cannot like let yourself go for too much. You have to
Right.
keep the discipline sort of in your mind and be like, I'll still do all the things. Maybe I'll like cut my routine shorter so that I can, actually use the time to do the work that I need to do, but then I still keep going. And then I still keep doing all the things that I promised myself to do for my New Year's resolution. Because I know a lot of people's New Year's resolution is going to the gym and actually end up not going. And well, gym is just I think like a really simple example that I think a lot of people can resonate with, especially people who set up their New Year goals to be like, oh, this year I'm gonna be fit, like I'm gonna go to the gym every day, and then like I'm gonna look so hot by the summer, and like and find
The
like I
summer
don't know, fit
bod.
into like exactly and fit into like tiny beach and everything. Like a lot of people, those kind of goals sort of lose your motivation by March, or like at best
Yeah.
April, when schedule really starts to get busy and everything. And so that's when the time you really have to like push through and tell yourself like, I will try to make more time to do the things that I need to do, but also I'm not tolerating myself to just slack off and give up on
Yeah.
these goals. Like, and that's where the balancing really comes in. It's like, yes, you might not be as chill for like the entire school year. Like,
Exactly.
final season is real and it really kills. Like, it kills every ounce of motivation that you have in your body.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm going through right now. I literally spent 2 days sitting at home trying to study and write essays.
Shine down.
But also, it's like it's important to keep in mind the set, and if you want to accomplish those, you have to put it in. Same with if you want to balance having like a stable source of income while you're going like you're in because things are, I think, at least for us, never easy, but like sometimes it's not like that for everybody. So sometimes like discipline doesn't really comes into someone's mind until like they see other people accomplishing their goal. They didn't. They're questioning
Mhm.
why did that happen, and so that's when like having a lot of discipline for yourself like really comes into play
Right.
in like your life or just like in life in general. I don't want to be like, I don't like a life coach telling you like, oh, that's what you should do.
Well, yeah,
And you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
exactly. It's
You know,
just
I
like
put
a
a
general
disclaimer like
good.
before like our videos to be like, hey, this is all just our opinion, you know, like this is not like
Exactly.
indicative of like
We're
what
not
we think
life
you should do.
coaches.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
it's
We're
just
not
like,
like
okay, this
Matthew
is what we've
Hussey.
experienced. Yeah, exactly. So
Exactly.
another thing that I really agree with that you talked about was being disciplined with yourself and like knowing about like, because like I talked about knowing about where you're going, right? Knowing about like what your ultimate goal is, and you also talked about that. I think one of the things that I also wanted to bring up in this discussion is that what really helps me like remind myself essentially like, oh, this is my goal, you know, like stop slacking off, you know, do more to accomplish it, is that I would keep on envisioning what I'm doing or what I want to do in my mind every time that I would tell myself I'm feeling too tired, I want to, you know, slack off and stuff like that. I would replay that image or vision in my mind being like, this is what would happen if you actually worked hard long term to achieve this goal. And another thing that you mentioned is that you see other people gaining the success that you may want. And that also would help you be like, oh, you know, get up off your own ass and do some work, you know, like do something, right? And so that's also something that I really agree with. And when we're talking about the gym, like I've also recently joined the gym, right? And I think that also has helped me feel more motivated, definitely, like, because it's not just like, hey, I want to become stronger. That's not, obviously that's one of the things that you want to do, but it's not like the be all end all. It's not the main thing. The main thing that I go to the gym for is to stay motivated and to stay physically healthy, right? It's something that's really helps
Well, I
me
mean,
feel more
everybody
motivated.
have, like, I think everybody have when they go to the gym. And sorry, interruption. I'm gonna start
It's
doing
okay.
commissions. You want to do commissions with me?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, for me myself, I just want to, you know, like get moving. I don't want to sit on the couch all day because I really
Right.
feel like, you know, like I feel like a potato when I do that. And like for you, it's obviously for like a different reason. Because
Right.
for my job, I think I like for my job, I think like it's a bit too chill sometimes. And you know, like after work, I really just want to like have some like physical activity. And for you, I know your job is like a lot more like physically demanding. And so it's like I think that's where the difference kind of comes in. Helps. I'm getting rolly right now.
Solidify.
Wait, you need to.
Yeah, I brought
die.
Geo characters.
What a dreadful
Nice.
ending.
I died. Anyway,
You can get away. Don't waste my time.
losing my mind. Yeah, so
I will have
I forgot what I literally lost my trail. My Pipiko died. No, Pippi the fox lady.
It's nothing. Here we go.
Die. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's more.
Time for
You
takeoff.
gotta be kidding me.
Brace yourself.
Yes, please.
Give up. Don't waste
Rock
my
them
time.
all. Wait, there's one more? Okay.
Okay. Yes.
I never
We were
thought
saying.
a daily commission can be that difficult.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Well, they put up the shield is really annoying.
Yeah, true. Anyway, I'm gonna go heal and then we can go to the next commission. But
Sure.
what was I trying to say?
I have literally no idea. You were talking about the
me neither.
gym, and then you were talking about being on the couch and being a potato. And then,
No, it's like, you know, like the opposite. I think like that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, like being the opposite of a couch potato, you know. I really want to start, you know, like get my muscles moving and just I think going out in general. I think after, well, again, recently coming out of a relationship, everybody goes to the gym and but for me, it's not like I'm trying to, you know, like escape the heartbreak or whatever. But it's just
Right.
really like I started going back to the gym first of all is because I think it would really benefit me if I go out and be in the
Take it easy.
like in public areas, so I don't really like stay in my head and really negatively about a lot of things. I think at least for the first
Gather.
week that was like really important for me to just go out and talk to people so that I don't really get stuck in my head. I mean, afterwards it's more like a, you know, like I'm here, might as well, you know, like make good use of my time. And so that's when I actually start noticing, you know, like what workouts would really benefit me, or like what parts of my body that I could possibly work on.
Right.
And I think that's like, you know, like gradually sort of like having a routine. Because for me, I usually
Take it easy.
like kind of like build my own routine and stuff because I am independent, like yada yada. Oh my god, I'm getting bullied again. Ow! Don't
Why
hit your
are you
head.
over there? I thought the balloon was over here.
No, you have to transport the goddamn balloon. I'm
You didn't
bad.
tell me that we were starting. You were just like, hey, let me go heal.
I'm I'm sorry.
Oh god.
It's fine. I can do it. I can do it. You know, I can. God, Jesus Christ.
I will have order.
Yes, please.
Stabilize.
Relief.
Right now.
And like I don't have any like, I don't know, pyro characters, so I literally cannot use like Roblox.
Right now.
I'm losing my mind.
This is order.
Oh my god,
Right
thank
here.
goodness.
Right.
This is like probably the worst
Take it
like
easy.
commissions run ever.
It's fine.
It's fine. You know, like it's recorded on video too. It's fine.
Boom.
I promise I'm a good, you know, like I'm a decent end game level Genshin player, okay? What you see
That's
is
a
just
great
because
promise.
yes, what you see is just because my Yamiko is not, you know, like like, you know, like upgraded. It's not because it's not. Absolutely not.
Right.
Anyway, next one.
Yes,
Teleporting
next one.
to the other one. Because my Genshin's also in Chinese, so I don't know how to tell you where I am. But anyway, here you are. Hello.
Right. Hi.
What are we trying to say again? Are we trying to be life coaches, right? Right.
Yeah,
yes,
life
yes. We're trying to be
coaches.
Nick's Matthew Hussey, yes. Yeah, so let's go back to where we were, because that was like a terrible distraction. And you know, like we you guys have seen that, like, you know, like you guys did not see anything. You know, like it was all just an illusion. You know, it was all fake. You know, like you
Quietly now.
definitely did not saw that on YouTube. I hope, please, for the love of Jesus Christ, edit it out because it was so bad.
Right here. Right.
I am begging you.
Right.
It's fine. You can include it in the video. It's fine. I don't need dignity. Who's she?
Right. I'll probably edit a lot of like the parts where we're just like killing things and not talking, because like that's not the main point here. But
yeah, sounds good.
I think it is a great time for us to start developing sort of like conclusion to this episode, because we're kind of straying all over the place. So
Yes.
I already said my piece.
Sounds
Like
good.
mine is very straightforward when it comes to like balancing all parts of your life and trying to achieve whatever you want to achieve, is that it really is about how much you want it. Because for me, it's like when you know where you're going and you feel that, or you feel at the time that you already have considered like maybe other possible options and you already did that, but you're just like, yeah, you know, this is what I want, right? If this is already like confirmed for you, then your motivation to like trying to achieve this goal should be really high by nature. Because like if it's not, right, if it's not like, oh, I really want to achieve this, then maybe it's time to think about, is this what you really want to do?
True.
This is
Yeah,
order.
but
Like,
also, for what I've said is more because for me, I'm a very goal-oriented person. Like, if I set a goal for myself, I know that it's something I want to do. But then it's also the challenge when it actually comes to doing it, because people are lazy,
Take it easy.
and it's very easy to slip into habits where you just want to relax and be lazy and chill. And so that's
Right.
when the discipline really comes in, and then you help yourself to stay
Take it
on
easy.
track and to focus on the goals that you've already set that you know you wanted to do, but sometimes it's
Mhm.
just your own laziness is telling you,
Be more attentive.
just
Here comes the
chill,
catch.
you just sleep, you just stop. And for us, we're both very determined person. Like once we decide to do something, we do
Take it
it. And I think for you, that's a definite yes. Like once you figure out
subject.
what you want, you definitely work towards it.
Yeah.
And for me myself, I tried my best because well, I'm a weak person. I'm weak. And
So that's one more
so
thing I
that's
want
what-
to bring up is that you really shouldn't talk about yourself in that way when you're talking about like being goal oriented or trying to achieve a goal, because when you start telling yourself, oh, I'm not that good at this, if you're so wishy-washy about like whatever you're trying to achieve, not to sound like really harsh here, but it's reality, is that you'll start to believe that this is not what you're going to achieve. So and one of the other things that really helped me is that I keep telling myself this is what I'm meant to do. I keep confirming with myself when I see, like, for example, maybe other content creators being successful or like doing whatever like I wanted to do, like in a very similar manner, and being successful, is that really helps drive me further and push me further to be like, are you there yet? No, you're not. So keep working, keep trying, keep working hard to achieve it. It really is about discipline, yes, but also about the language that you use with yourself when you're talking about your goals. And if you keep inserting that negative energy into your life, you're not going to be able to like sustain whatever you're trying to achieve for very long, because you'll start to believe in that negativity once you're exposed to much of it. And that's something that I really believe in. It's the positive and negative energy. It's not about I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like magical forces or whatever other people like to believe. I'm talking about just like in general, what you're exposed to will directly influence your behavior and what you believe in, right? And so that also comes into play when you're talking about positive and negative energy, and also when you're talking about, I want to achieve this, I'm working hard towards this.
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Game's up. Time's over.
So yeah, work hard, achieve what you want, and don't slack off.
Yeah.
I really think that's like the main 3 points that I would like to bring up with this video, is that work hard and it will definitely pay off in some way or form one day. And there are also going to be points where you're like, oh wait, this is not what I actually wanted to do. And take your time figuring it out, it's not something that comes naturally to everyone. I remember talking to a lot of people in my school and they're still like very confused about what they're going, and that's completely fine. Like, if you need to take that more time to think about where you want to do or what you want to do, it's very important for you to consider that thoroughly before deciding, because you're wasting time if you're going to go after a goal that you thought that you wanted but you don't actually want, or you have no motivation, but you just keep sticking to it because it's the safer option. It's the more comfortable option to stick to that same goal, even though you already feel that it's not motivating enough, it's not rewarding enough. Don't waste time, because time is something that you'll never get back. Yeah, I guess that's what I want to bring up with this video. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more. of this type of content. We're definitely going to be putting out more Genshin episodes and podcast episodes, along with my usual other content like character videos and maybe perhaps like a vlog video. I'm still trying to figure that situation out with the camera and the audio and all of that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.